Brandon, I have a bone to pick with you.
Which bone?
A skull and crossbones, perhaps.
Hey, let's go.
Brandon, this whole smuggling operation was your idea. You're like, Thomas, the money is in the illegal the smuggling of rum.
True, yeah.
We're out here on these dark and stormy seas.
Doing pirate shit.
Only to find out you packed a bunch of alcohol-free rum. It's not illegal in whatever port we're going to that alcohol's illegal in.
Listen, it was not my fault. It was Captain Bloodschmear.
Oh, that Captain Bloodschmear. Because out on Thomas Island, it's dry January, of course. And you trying to be respectful to the local laws.
Wasn't me.
Packed it full of, or I, respecting the local laws of Thomas Island, packed it full of alcohol-free spirits. That's right, everybody. It's a continuation of dry January. And I know that was a complicated intro, but it'll make sense very soon.
It may be raining in here, but it's snowing out there.
Oh, yeah, and it's snowing outside. It's like doing a real snow. And we got taken aback. We had to cut halfway through that intro to go and take a look. It's snowing on the high seas, of course, live on location,
right?
Live at the time. But anyway, this is, of course, the Gin and Thomas Mockcast. As always, your host, Thomas. That's me.
Jelly Legs Jimbo.
How do I? Yeah. Also known as Jelly Legs Jimbo to all the ladies out there. But it's. You know how, like, when there's a special occasion, you like to have a special gin with your tonic? This week, we have a very special gin to our Thomas. Special guest, Brandon Churchill, also known on the high seas as the Captain Mitch Bloodschmear. Like, when you put it on a bagel, it's a schmear.
Yeah, see, we did the one skit, and now we're stuck with these stupid names.
Yeah, on the pirate name generator. But anyway,
could we not have used like badass pirate name generator? We had to use like random.
Yours isn't
generator.
that bad, Captain Bloodsmear. But
no, it's not bad.
Yeah, but I'm Jelly Legs Jimbo.
It sounds like I go down on women during that time of the month.
Hey,
and
you gotta love her every day of the year.
And then it sounds like you get plowed and get jelly legs.
Yeah, something like that.
What is happening with these names, dude?
I don't know. But anyway, we're on the dark and stormy seas, Brandon.
I've never had one,
so it's only fitting that we have a dark and stormy.
But
it's an N. It's not dark and stormy. It's dark apostrophe stormy.
Naysayers.
Yeah, dark naysayers stormy. Ooh, I don't like saying dark naysayers.
Whoa.
Thomas cut that. But anyway, Brandon, you've never had this cocktail.
Yeah, I've never had a dark and stormy, no.
So this is, of course, a virgin dark and stormy.
That's what they say.
That's what they say. It's not a virgin after Brandon was done with it.
Oh, my God. Okay, jelly legs.
No, so traditionally, this drink is made with rum, ginger beer, and lime. But this is, of course, dry January. It's not so, talk about dry when you're on the ocean. You know what I mean? Water all around, but not a drop to drink. But this week, last week we did this seed lip stuff. Did not go over great on the podcast.
Indifferent.
But this week we have something else. And so what the seed lip was trying to do is they were just trying to do a complete alternative, not even like really attempting to be a specific alcohol. But this one we have Ritual Zero Proof Rum Alternative.
Right, so this is actually trying to be a rum.
Yeah. The color is great. The smell is very interesting.
Very rum-esque.
It smells a lot like rum, but it's a little heavier on the molasses, I think.
Yeah.
And so before we sample the drink, we are going to sample our Ritual Zero Proof rum.
Oh, whoa.
It's really interesting. It's really like light on the mouthfeel.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like spicy.
Yeah, it tastes like syrup with hot sauce in it.
I'm getting like some mouth tingles like hot sauce, but I don't think it tastes like hot sauce.
No, it doesn't have the taste of a hot sauce, but it's got like that hot sauce burn, like you added hot sauce to a drink.
Let me tell you what's in here. I like it. I'm going to throw that out there.
It's not bad.
Yeah. So let me read this off to you. Madagascar vanilla, which I totally taste. Molasses, star anise, ripe banana, bitter orange, Tupelo honey, toasted cinnamon, fresh ginger. I think that's where that burn is coming from. Some ginger,
right?
Clove, and charred apricot. Now, if this had alcohol in it, this would like be a rum.
100%.
Like this tastes like if I had a rum and just all the alcohol evaporated off. So it's spicy.
Yeah.
If it did,
It's interesting to say the least.
as it's going, I'm getting a lot more of the vanilla, like in that mouthfeel vanilla.
It's so odd.
Yeah, it's weird.
Because you don't have like the alcohol bite.
Yeah. And so I'm going to get a little bit into what these guys are trying to do. But let's get into this drink if you don't mind.
Please.
Brandon's first ever Dark and Stormy.
I like that.
Here's the thing. Last week, you know what? Last week, we did the Seed Lip and Coke. And then we did the Seed Lip and Ginger Beer. Maybe we can hit this with some Coke after. Do like a flip-flop.
Yep, I agree.
But anyway.
I think I see why with that. I mean, this has ginger in it.
The lime.
This has ginger in it already. So with the ginger beer, it definitely brings out the ginger.
Yeah. Well, so anyway, I bring up the Seed Lip because last week we did the Seed Lip. Just very middle. It just got hidden in what you mixed it with.
Yeah, 100%.
But this, I take the ginger beer up front for sure.
The lime is what does it for me.
So the ginger beer was totally up front, but then I got that sweetness coming in afterwards. I like tasted the rum coming through, or the fake rum here.
Yeah, I guess that's what rum would taste like without the alcohol in it.
But the weirdest thing is, Brandon, this is similar to the Seed Lip. The mouthfeel is totally throwing me off because it's as light as water.
Right. It doesn't have the syrupy
I didn't know
thickness to it.
How much like alcohol added to the feeling of it.
Yeah, well, I mean,
very interesting.
It's like when you add, we'll say it like a tequila into a Sprite. You can see the tequila swirling around. And that's that thickness that you get from real alcohol.
Well, you'll have to try one of these with real rum because I think you'll like it. But I really like this.
I like it too.
I think that we'll get into it a little more in a little bit. But like, I kind of get why. Because last week we were kind of like, why would you have an alternative? You know what I mean? Do you remember when we kind of mentioned that?
Yeah, I could see doing this on a dry month.
I see room for this.
Yeah, 100%.
And I'm going to get into this a little more, but on their website, they even say, like, look, we all love to drink.
Right.
But if you're like, ooh, maybe I'm done drinking for the night, have one of these. Like, they're not trying to say, this replaces rum. They're like, this replaces rum maybe like a couple of times.
This replaces half your drinks.
Yeah.
Or your last, remember we say, what is it? Drink the first.
Oh, yeah, drink the first. Sip the second slowly. Skip the third.
This could be your third.
And honestly, this is kind of what we said yesterday. Like, you have people over, maybe someone's not drinking, maybe they're doing a dry January, or maybe they're pregnant.
Right.
Who knows? But you still want to be a part of the action?
Have we got a spirit for you?
I don't know if I'm going to hit this brand again for the next couple of bottles, or maybe I want to see what a different company does.
Yeah, I would like to see, because there's. I feel like there's a place to improve on this. Mm-hmm. You can improve this somewhere.
Oh yeah.
So maybe like a higher quality.
Yeah.
Or
well, I just mean like
different
flavors. I don't know, like if we try to do like a gin or a tequila, I don't know if I'll go with.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
These guys or someone else. I like this a lot better than last week's.
Yeah, that last one, I didn't get it.
This like really has some like taste and strength to it.
My lips are tingling.
I know, me too. And the ginger beer does not help.
The ginger beer is spicy.
It's just bringing in that ginger.
Yeah.
So anyway, Brandon, how are you going to rate this?
I'll give it 4 lightning bolts.
Is that a good thing? All right.
Sorry, I don't think you get to know.
No, all right. I think I'm going to go. See, I really like this drink already. Like normally I like this drink, and I think these flavors pair really well. I think I'm going to go a 7
Blue
because
agaves?
7 blue agaves out of 10, of course. I do feel like a real rum just has a little more to it.
Yeah.
Depending on the rum, because there are some rums. You know what? This kind of reminds me of that Prusser's rum.
Pussers?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Which we got to get another bottle of that, because there are some cocktails that call for that one specifically, and it has a very distinct flavor.
So I've been listening to sea shanties.
Oh, yeah.
I think I know what a pusser is. I think it's what else do they call it? But it's like the guy who does inventory.
Oh, okay.
For the ship. Like he orders all the supplies. I think that's the guy.
Hold on, we'll double check that in a second. But anything, I think I want to go with like a 7.5. I just feel like it's just lacking what a real dark rum, because my favorite way to make this drink is with that Kraken black rum.
Yeah,
and that
right.
makes it like an 8.5.
Well, the black rum is like very spiced, and it's got
and this has some good
flavors.
spice to it. Mm-hmm. So I do really like this. It says rum alternative, like it is an alternative, like it's not rum, and I don't know. I mean, the distillation process with like real alcohol in it, it's a magical thing.
I wonder if they even age this, and maybe that's the difference. If they don't age it, maybe that's what it's missing.
Yeah, that's very true.
Also, I have the definition for a pusser here if you're interested.
So it is pusser.
Yeah, pusser was the Royal Navy slang for the purser aboard a ship.
Okay, great. Hey, Google, define that.
I got the next sentence defines it. I was waiting to see
if I had
what you had to
say
say about that.
Okay.
It was the purser that was responsible for the rum store on the ship and for supervising doling out of the rum.
For your rum ration.
Doling out of the rum ration.
For your rum rations. And they gave you daily rum rations and made you drink them so you wouldn't stock them all up, drink them all at once, and then get drunk when you're supposed to be loosen the sail or whatever.
See episode so-and-so featuring
the pirate
Jelly Leg
episode, or Yo Ho Ho, or whatever one it was.
Jelly Legs, Jimbo, and
Captain Midge Bloodsmear.
Schmear.
Yeah, Schmear. But anyway, I'm pleasantly surprised. I'm really into this. I would like to try it with a Coke and lime. The Ritual Cuba Libre.
Right.
Anyway, overall, I'm very happy with this.
Yeah, I like it.
Because if I didn't know that this was alcohol free, I don't think I would notice that this like rum is different. I might just be like, oh, this is a certain flavor of rum. Like, I don't think I would know that this doesn't have alcohol in it right away.
Depending on who mixed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you still have like a little bit of a burn.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think that star aniseed or whatever does.
That can help.
Has some spice.
Star aniseed is what is generally like that black licorice flavor, but it adds a little bit.
Right.
Bitter orange peel could do it. Toasted cinnamon. I think the toasted cinnamon and fresh ginger for sure. But charred apricot.
Interesting.
Yeah, I do like that.
To add the sweetness.
Dude. I want to get us one of those bottles where, damn, it's fucking snowing. I want to get one of those bottles where the pear or the apricot is on the inside of the bottle.
Right.
That shit is so cool. You know how they do that? Have
they
I told
grow
you?
The pear inside the bottle. Yeah, you told me that.
Fascinating. And so you can like go to these places and just see all these trees with a bunch of bottles hanging off of them. Ugh. Anyway,
I think I have seen those bottles before. Now that you say that,
they have them at Randall's.
They have them at Benny's and Normal too. Because that's
I'm sure they have them at Total Wine as well.
Probably they have them all over the place.
Yeah, Total Wine is actually where I got this week's bottle and last week's.
What would happen if you busted this out at work?
That would be funny.
It'd be like cracking a non-alcoholic beer at work.
What would be really funny is if like you call someone into your office and maybe like hide the 0 proof and just be like, Jesus fucking.
Well, I mean, it doesn't say it.
I just got out of. It says 0 proof on the front.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, but I'd just be like, I just got out of a meeting, man. Bloop, 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 bloop. Did you want any? Be like, sorry, I do all my drinking before 11 a.m. That would be funny. You should do it. You should do it.
I like to start my Fridays off with a mocktail before my drive home.
So anyway, Brandon, a little bit about this drink, okay? I haven't done this in a while, but here's the Wikipedia on this drink. The Wikipedia. I want to give us a little bit of background.
Hit me with it.
So the Dark and Stormy is a highball cocktail made with dark rum (parentheses the dark) and ginger beer, the Stormy.
Okay.
Served over ice and garnished with a slice of lime. Lime juice and simple syrup are also frequently added. I don't think you need to add sugar to this.
I don't think so.
Especially with rum. I really don't like adding a bunch of
and
syrup.
the ginger beer. Ginger beer's got sugar in it too.
Yeah, no. Oh, and if you use ginger ale, I think it's a dark and cloudy. The ginger beer is what makes it stormy.
Interesting.
It says the drink is very similar to the Moscow Mule, except that the Dark and Stormy has rum instead of vodka. But I feel like Moscow Mule also has mint, which we're not doing. The original Dark and Stormy was made with Gosling Black Seal rum and Barrett's ginger beer. But after
Ryan Gosling?
I know. I do want to try it, just for that. But anyway, but after the partnership between the two failed and the companies parted ways, Gosling Brothers created its own ginger beer. Interesting. But in the United States, Dark and Stormy has been a registered trademark of the Gosling Brothers Limited of Bermuda since 1991. Gosling's markets the drink through tie-ins into the sailing and sail racing community.
Oh, yeah.
We got to be on that shit, bro. We got to do like live commentary of that.
Sail racing.
Yeah,
sure.
we'll be drinking our rum and be doing all that. Gosling Brothers uses this registration to prohibit U.S. marketing of a drink under the name Dark and Stormy or a related confusing name unless it is made with black Gosling seal rum. All right, so we got to come up with a new name for this so the Gosling Brothers don't come after us.
I think it's fine as long as you don't sell it.
Brandon, I have really bad news for you, but I've been selling these at the street corner. I'm just kidding.
Get out.
Gosling's has litigated or threatened litigation over a mark against Pernod Ricard, Proximo Spirits, Infinium Spirits, Saya, and a cocktail blog.
So
we're a cocktail podcast, so we might actually...
Dude, we're doing pirate shit right now.
Yeah, we're doing pirate stuff.
Well, if you want, I need to make myself a real Dark and Stormy.
Yeah.
A real... gray and a real
something and something.
I'll think about it while I pour myself a real
But here,
one.
listen to this. Gosling Brothers has registered... Oh, you can make your drink while I say this. Well, actually, no, I need your response. This is actually fascinating. Gosling Brothers has registered a version of the name that uses one apostrophe N, while the International Bartenders Association uses two apostrophes, apostrophe N, apostrophe. Because of the Gosling Brothers' threats of litigation, some sources use other variations on the name, such as Safe Harbor, to offer similar drinks. So I don't even think you're supposed to, like if you have a bar, if you have this, you can't have it on your menu as a Dark and Stormy unless you're using their...
Right.
Fascinating.
You're going to call it something else. It's almost like putting a location tag on something.
I do like that's called a Safe Harbor because it's like, we're a safe harbor from this drink. Or getting sued from this drink because we have a different name.
Right. I don't think well, I guess this isn't dark rum, so I was going to say, I don't know if I agree with Dark and Stormy as the name for this.
Yeah, you got to be doing the dark rum. That's why I like Kraken the best.
That is a good dark rum for this.
So here's the thing. A buck is a cocktail using ginger beer and lime. A Dark and Stormy with lime juice may be called a rum buck. I just thought that was interesting. Other trademarked cocktails include Hand Grenade, Painkiller, and Sazerac. Not trademarked by the Gosling Brothers, just trademarked. All right, but listen to this. Variations. These are some of the worst variation names I've ever heard.
Can't wait.
A Cider and Stormy, or a Dark and Stormy Cider, or a Dark and Stormy Orchard. Those are all like mid names. Is a mix of dark rum, apple cider, and ginger beer. The Fall Dark and Stormy contains bourbon, apple cider, lemon juice, and ginger beer. Which, that might be good if it had a better name.
Yeah, get out of here with that bogus-ass name.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll try that and give it a different name.
But yeah, but no, the Ritual Zero Proof guys, this is like off their website, and they even say here, the goal wasn't to replace liquor, but to add a new tool to your cocktail kit, another way to mark a moment. But yeah, no, they just, and they even said, like, we just wanted it to, like, smell and taste like the real thing. And so, like, overall, I think, like, their attempt to just have an alcohol-free rum has gone over pretty successfully.
Yeah.
I don't know what more I would want from it. Does that make sense?
I agree.
Yeah, pretty good.
The only thing I'd want more from is I'd want alcohol to be in it, but I just did that, so.
But so overall, you liked yours? You like yours?
Yeah.
I think this has a little more spice that your Captain doesn't have.
I agree with that.
That helps this.
It does have that like peppery spice in the back of your throat more.
If you were whipping something like that up, even throw half a shot of this in there.
I did have a little bit left in the bottom.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Captain kind of disappears in this, which is nice.
Yeah.
I would like to try it with an actual dark rum, though.
Yeah, if we do an alcohol version of this, we'll have to get the Gosling rum. Because I see it all the time.
We can have a true Dark and Stormy.
Yeah, I see it all the time. I just have not pulled the trigger. Oh, and I know we said the recipe for this, but for those of you looking to make this at home, recipe will be in the show notes. I got to start telling people.
That's right.
Because they just go and they just click play. They don't read the 2-sentence blurb in the recipe.
They're very well crafted, I do say.
the show notes.
Yep.
Or I just like pick 3 random things I think we talked about. I'm like, it's this and this. Send it.
Yeah. I enjoy reading them.
Oh, thank you. You might be the only one who reads them at all.
I am 4 listeners.
Yes. You listen 4 times and you're like, he's earned me reading the show notes. There are just some times where people just write them too long.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, so Brandon, dry January.
Ugh.
I have not been partying. I have not been living it up. I've been doing a lot of being at home safely and responsibly. And I'm not going to lie, I've been playing a lot of Xbox lately. It's too cold to do anything. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And we were so close to this a few years ago, and I wish it came to fruition. But I really wish we had like a renaissance of pirate games. I just, I get all the Call of Duty stuff, you know what I mean? And it's like, and then for a while, like zombies were really popular, but like, I want a good high seas adventure.
I know what you mean.
Because I remember when Sea of Thieves came out a few years ago, that game Skull and Bones was being advertised at the same time. Are you familiar with the Skull and Bones controversy?
No.
Okay. So Skull and Bones went into development shortly after Assassin's Creed Black Flag, which was
Great
badass.
Game.
I love
Great
that
game.
game. It's
Well,
great.
I love those games in general. And then they
Yeah.
came out with a pirate one? I was like, are you
but
kidding me?
But it's a great pirate experience.
Oh, 100%.
You know what I mean? You get all the different weapons, and you can board the ship and take the ship and customize your ship.
Fight with the ship.
Yeah. And so that game came out, and then Sea of Thieves was like announced and being advertised, and that's like a much more cartoonish one.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But it's a lot of fun. Pretty simple. I don't know. I had someone tell me it was like a little too complicated, and I'm like, you just don't know what you're doing. That was you.
There was a lot of reading at the beginning, and
No.
I don't read.
Yeah. Well, it's not that you don't. You just don't know how.
That too.
Well, no, but so this game Skull and Bones was being advertised, made by Ubisoft.
Ubisoft.
Ubisoft,
That's right.
and it was like the pirate fighting. Like they took like the pirate ship fighting.
Well, they make
out of
Assassin's
Black
Creed.
Flag.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and it was like all of that, and then people like ended up being a little more excited for Sea of Thieves because you could get off your boat, go do a quest, fight some skeletons, and do whatever. But Skull and Bones was only ship combat.
Oh, I don't like that.
But then it ended up being in development for like ever. Like they started making it like in the 360 days is like when they started making it, and it's not even out yet.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And so apparently they were gonna originally just like never come out because like it just kept getting pushed back and delayed in development hell. But they took money from like Thailand government or something like, and so the government like through them like you have to release this, like you have like tax dollars funding this thing.
Yeah.
So now the game's coming out and it's like still not finished.
Yikes.
Yeah, so that's like the big controversy there.
Okay.
But yeah, but no, dude, Sea of Thieves, I love that shit. It's like, it's one of those games. It's like a live service game, so they're always like adding new shit to it. But I haven't played it. I haven't played it in a long time, and I booted it up like a couple weeks ago. And I did not know what was going on. I'm like, bro, what the fuck is this? There's this over there and that.
Well, that's like I'm like halfway through that Black Flag game, and I hesitate to turn it back on because I'm like, I don't remember how to fight.
No, that's the other. I do have it on my Xbox though. Somehow I got it for free. I like bought something and I got it for free. No, I think I bought Assassin's Creed Origins, that Egypt one.
Yeah.
And then it like just came with Black Flag, and then I just ended up playing Black Flag. It took me forever to play the one I bought because I was like, oh shit, I do like the pirates.
I got my brother the newest one this year.
I haven't played it. I got halfway through the Viking one, Mirage.
They came out with them way too fast.
Yeah.
They came out with like 2 at once one time.
Yeah, and then they made one for like the Xbox One, the other one's for the Xbox 360. You know. Anyway,
games come out too fast. Like stop.
I know. Well, I played Starfield, and then I played Alan Wake, and like I didn't even know other things came out. Dude, Alan Wake 2 is so fucking cool.
I saw that on your story.
It's so good. It's so scary, but it's so good.
I'm playing a lot of Call of Duty. Again.
No, you got to play Alan Wake, man.
No,
it's like gruesome.
No,
it's like actually horrifying.
Pass.
Because there's like 2 stories. One character is looking for the other character. It's like, this guy's been missing for 13 years. So you're like looking for him, but then there's like this cult in the woods, right? And like you're investigating all these murders. That
sounds like Outlast.
Similar but different. it's not like, I'm sneaking around, they're gonna catch me and kill me. Like if someone sneaks up on you, you just shoot them. You shoot them dead.
I like that. You actually have a gun.
Yeah. But there's like this cult and these murders, and you're like investigating the murder, and then there's like this cool thing where it's like you go up to the board and you put up pictures and connect it with the string, you know?
Oh, that's cool.
And so you're looking into that and figuring out what's really going on in this town, and you're like, you know, all of this stuff is like surrounding this missing writer, and then the
Alan.
Yeah, and then the other part of the game is you play as Alan, but you're like it's like playing out the story of one of his books that is like I don't really know how to describe it, but it's like so he's like written these books, and then those books are like coming true in the real world. But then when you play as Alan, you're playing out like the story of his book kind of, but you'll be like doing something and he'll be in a room and he's like, no, this isn't right. And then he's like, I need to like for this to work, because I really don't know how to describe it, but it's like what gets written down becomes real. So he's trying to navigate his way out of this spooky other dimension by writing his way out. But he's like, but the story has to work. He's like, oh, I found a door and it'll let me out. And so he's like investigating these like horrific murders as he's like a character in his book, and then he'll be like, oh wait, no, this scene isn't right, I need to change this, and then it'll just like change right in front of you. It's really cool. I highly recommend it, but it is scary.
Yeah,
it is so good.
You got like monsters in it, or just people, or
people possessed by monsters. You know, but you got to play Alan Wake 1, then you got to play Control, and then you play Alan Wake 2.
That sounds like a lot.
And then you're gonna have to play Control 2 whenever that comes out.
Sounds like a lot to get to Alan Awake 2.
I mean, you can just watch like a YouTube recap.
Okay.
But they'll just make a bunch of references, and you'll be like, oh yeah, that guy.
Right.
There's actually one specific guy, and if you play Control, you're like, that guy. Okay.
Gotcha.
But it's really cool. And then if you play through it a second time, like things are a little different.
Huh.
Yeah. All right. You know what? Huh.
I'm just not going to play this game.
Yeah,
so.
no, it's really, really good. I love it. But yeah, no, I've been playing a lot of games. But anyway, yeah, no, with these pirate games, I really like Sea of Thieves, but I want some more swashbuckling action.
Yeah, I get it.
There's this game on the original Xbox. It's really just called like Pirates. You know what I'm talking about? Have you ever seen it?
I think I might have seen this at some point.
But you pick like an era, like it's all in the 1600s, and you can go from like 1660 all the way up to like 1700.
Okay.
And depending on which decade you choose, like it'll be like all the islands and territories, and like, but depending on like which area you choose, it'll be like which country was actually more in control of the area. So you're like, oh, I want to play in this area, and it'll be like mostly the Spanish.
Spain, yeah, or England.
And but yeah, you can like be a pirate. You can sign up with one of the countries. Okay. And then you can, you know, it's fucking old as hell, and it's kind of an ugly game. But
sure.
A lot of fun. But you know what I mean? Like, you know, how many shooters come out every year that are exactly the same?
Can I tell you, I do not get this battle royale bullshit.
I want a pirate battle royale with my buddies on a ship, but that's just Sea of Thieves. But yeah, no, I don't get it either. Like the 50 versus 50 or the everyone versus everyone, I don't like it.
No, stupid.
I mainly don't like it because I'm bad at it. But
even if I have no desire to get good at that.
Yeah. I'll tell you another thing. I played Fortnite early days when it was just you drop in.
Right.
Same thing. I see what people are doing on Fortnite now. I do not understand what's happening.
I have no interest.
I don't know. I don't really play I don't really play too many of the big online games. Other people are just better than me. It's like there's always some 13-year-old that's gonna smoke you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was watching you play Call of Duty earlier, and that's a little better because you respawn so quick.
Yeah.
But like I used to play a lot of Rainbow Six Siege, and I was pretty good when it first came out. Same thing though. That game, too much stuff started going on, and then it lost me. But I just started getting whooped, and then you just gotta wait to the end of the round, and you're like, okay. But that's like a 5 versus 5.
Well, that's like search and destroy or sabotage or something like that. Something with a delay, or you have to wait till the end of the round kind of thing.
And I loved that game, and but then it just got too complicated. But yeah, no, people started being better than me. I'm like, it's just not worth me pouting.
Yeah, there is a point where you're like, oh, I guess a lot of people got off work and now I suck.
Yeah.
And it's time for me to turn it off. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I feel like there's just not a lot I'm looking forward to. I was a little disappointed with Starfield.
Oh, his food just went off.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
For those of you listening, Oliver just like ran into the podcast room because it's like in the middle of two rooms, but he like just jumped like
Leaped
10
over you.
feet. But yeah, he like leaped over me because he heard his little cat automatic feeder go off, which cats are so freaking funny. They always act like they've never been fed a day in their life.
I know.
One of my cats, he eats so fast that he like throws up. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, oh, poor little guy, are you okay? But then he'll just like go back over to the food bowl and start eating again. I'm like, my God, this is how you got into this mess.
Yeah.
Dude, I love cats. They're so funny. Patone, he loves cuddling at night. He'll like wrap himself around your arm.
Nice.
But then when I wake up in the morning, he'll be there. But then Newman is just like staring at me and just starts like making weird noises.
Creep.
Well, I'm like, do you want something? Or are you just saying hello? And then if you try to pet him, he's like, huh. He like gets so close to you.
Dodges your affection.
Yeah, and then he dodges it. But oh my God, this cat, like how Oliver acted just now, is how he acts with like crackers or goldfish.
Oh my God.
Like I pulled out like a strip of saltines. Oh my God, do you remember that time I was over here and like you and Danielle and like a couple other people here, and you guys just watched me eat a whole sleeve of saltines without ever like taking a drink of water? I was just like,
yeah,
that was
psychopath.
weird. Yeah. But anyway, this cat loves like crunchy stuff like a saltine or a Parmesan goldfish.
Okay.
And I'm like eating him and I have it in my hand and he jumps over and starts like eating it out of my hand. I'm like, geez, yeah. I'm like, bro, chill
out of here, dude.
I created a monster, man, because he would like pop up and be like, oh, it's this, and I would just like hand him goldfish. But now he just takes them out of my hand.
Should have known better.
And now with Abby, she's eating something. He just starts being like, I'll have some. Thank you, if you don't mind.
If you don't mind.
But
you don't mind, Thomas.
Yeah,
you don't mind.
If you don't mind. But then now it's just with any people food. He's like, what's going on here? You know? Not really any great noises there. I tell you what, though, Brandon. I'm going to take this drink. Then I'll be ready for my second drink.
That's right.
If you don't mind.
If you don't mind.
If you don't mind, Brandon, hold on, let me get some of this.
It's deceiving with the amount of limes that are in there.
I know. I just
There's 3 lime wedges.
I just keep throwing in limes. But I want us to try this Ritual and Coke. So, Brandon, you had just said something to me that I think we should share with the listeners. So, welcome to the second drink, by the way. I don't know if you heard. Brandon.
Oh, I heard.
I don't know if you heard.
I heard.
But it's the second drink. But you handed it, and you're like, oh, here's your cocktail. I mean, mocktail. This isn't going to cock your tail up. Well, it does have ginger. And throwback to whatever episode it was, the origin for the word cocktail is when you had like a show horse. You put a little piece of ginger up its ass and go, whoo, cock your tail up.
Exactly.
That's spicy.
That is a deep callback. That was one of the first episodes. The origin of the word cocktail.
Oh my God, speaking of ginger, dude, there was a drink recipe that honestly I think it was on Seedlips website. You know what's funny though? You know,
Booze Lips,
Seeds Lips. But they had a recipe and it's like, oh, do this, and then throw up a little piece of candied ginger to garnish.
Candied
ginger is so effing good. I bought some once because the jar. I'm such a slut for good packaging. The jar it came in was just so cool. I was like, I want the jar. And then I just ended up eating that shit. It was so fucking good, Brandon.
Underrated phrase, by the way. I'm a slut for that.
Oh, yeah. Because I've been doing a lot of could be the move. And like, hey, could be the move. I've been doing a lot of that lately. But I'm a slut for is a great one. I forgot what I was going to talk about. I know. See, this is why I need my pen. Oh, so Brandon, when I was shopping for these bottles, It's all in the non-alcoholic section. You know what I mean?
As it should be.
And so, I had to stop at Randall's to get something for today's episode. And I walked by the non-alcoholic section. I was like, maybe they'll have something else I could buy. Because I'm trying to keep my head in the game, keep my eye out for what's looking good. And I walked by these two things, I walked by this one thing.
Uh-huh.
And it's this, like, pre-bottled Negroni.
Brother.
But it's one Negroni.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? It's real little, really cool, like, triangle bottle, cool label, very I don't know, Art Deco. You know what I mean?
Kind of
Kinda
fits
feels like
70s vibe.
yeah, like 1968 to 1972, I think.
Best years of the Mopars.
But I was so hyped. I picked them up. I'm like, ooh, me and Brandon are gonna kick back and relax.
And these were in the non-alcoholic section.
Well, yeah, at least they were next to the non-alcoholic stuff. You know what I mean? And so,
right. So that's why you're like, oh, we're going to get to have a non-alcoholic Negroni tonight.
And so as I'm ringing them up, and she's like asking for my money, I look over and it's like 24% alcohol. I'm like, shit.
She's like asking you for your ID, and you're like, why?
Yeah, yeah. You know, they ID'd me at Total Wine when I didn't buy a single alcoholic thing.
Seriously.
Yeah, but I don't think they knew that.
Right.
Yeah, it was,
it just looks like you're buying bottles of alcohol.
But yeah, no, really disappointed. So these are my gift to you, Brandon. But you'll have to let me know if they're any good. But it made me think. You know, we got to get back into the YouTube. But I think I'd have a pre-made cocktail, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
that'd go well on my channel, yeah.
And then I think, I don't know, we could also do a pod.
We could talk about them after, on the pod.
But anyway.
Because I like to keep my videos 100% under 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm. And I like to talk for about 20 minutes on each drink.
Exactly. So if we can condense it for the YouTube, and then we can talk about it later on the pod, it'd be great.
Brother.
How is that fake rum
I
and
literally
Coke?
just went like, it's so good, like mouthing it. This shit slaps. The fake rum goes with the real Coca-Cola really well. Yeah, the Ritual rum alternative with Coke and lime, brother, could be the move. I just think
How many blue agaves?
Oh, gosh.
Are you rating this
honestly, dude,
on
this
the non-alcoholic scale?
No, this is like as it is. I wish it had alcohol in it, but like as for taste, genuinely, this is like an 8.5 for me.
Really?
I don't know.
I
don't know if it's like I also have some extra limes floating in here. Coca-Cola is really good, but like
Coke with a lime.
That spice that is in
that
the rum
extra spice,
fits so well with this Coca-Cola. Like that piercing, like that spicy tingle we were talking about.
I can see that. It's like spicy Coke.
Yeah, it is going so well with this Coca-Cola, and it's not too sweet. You know what I mean?
Cuts through the sweetness.
Yeah, like
spicy.
the acid with the lime, like the lime in the spice.
So it's well balanced.
Yeah, it's really, really well. And if this was alcohol, like I don't even want to like some. I just want to savor it. You know.
As you drink it halfway down.
I know, it's so good. But no, this is really, really good. I really like this.
He takes his third sip in 60 seconds.
I know. It's one of the best rum and cokes I've had.
You take that back.
Not one of, not the. But again, it's a good dark rum, I think. Like,
okay.
Like, you know, I like doing like Kraken and Coke.
Uh-huh.
So I really
Savage.
like you know, I do like Kraken, but I'm not going to say, oh my God, it's the highest quality of rum out there.
Well,
but I like a dark rum. And
Captain makes a black rum too, right?
I haven't had it.
Well, you'll have to compare them.
But I like a black rum. You know what I mean? And there's just not a ton of options, but I think Kraken is a well-priced entry point for black rum.
Historically
and
speaking,
I love the bottle.
Captain Morgan Black Rum is my bad luck rum. And I think I've talked about this before, but it is bad luck.
I don't think so.
It's bad luck.
Do you just get into trouble?
I got a drinking ticket.
Oh, okay.
When I drank it. And then I think one other time I had it.
I thought you were about to say, like, I was drinking and driving and killed a family of 4. Don't drink and drive.
No, don't do that. Something else went wrong when I finished that bottle or something, too. It was not well, I didn't have any good luck on that one. I've had it since and it was fine, but just historically speaking, it's been bad luck. 50% of bad luck is still too much bad luck.
You used up all your bad luck on those first few, so now you're clear.
50% bad luck is still bad luck.
That is bad. There's this thing I saw. It was like on Twitter or something, and it was really funny. It was like, oh, my boss had me sort all these applicants into like 2 evenly stacked piles. He picked one up, threw it in the trash can, and said, "Hey, we can't work with people that have bad luck."
Oh, Jesus.
And that, I think, would be so funny to do. But I would, I would maybe do that, but then still have, like, all of them over. Like, I wouldn't actually throw away someone's application or something, but that would be so funny to mess with someone, because then you'd feel like, I made that pile. Like, I just screwed all of them, but just being like, we can't work with people with bad luck. It's like, that wasn't bad luck. You're the bad luck. You know what I mean?
That was just a bad decision. What if that was the best employee ever?
But it's just like, you can't be like the outside force, purposely fuck with something and be like, ugh, bad luck. Like, if I just like, what if you saw me walk out of here, drive my car directly into yours, and the next day I'm like, we got to figure out who did this.
And your car's fucked up too. I think it was you, bud.
Yeah, like, I'm really sorry that happened. There's no way to predict these things.
That red paint all over your truck is kind of a problem.
I'd be like, nah, that was there before.
I just saw it.
I put that there, actually. It's
highlights.
Yeah.
Like hair.
They're like speed lines.
Pinstriping.
There was something. There was a Simpsons episode where someone was... it might have been Ned's car, but someone was like shooting up someone's car, and then like Homer was like, what are those? And they were like, speed holes. And so then Homer like was like, oh, okay. And he's like started like taking a pickaxe and like putting holes in his car. And he's like, this is going to go so much faster now. Also, you know what's weird? Homer drives a pink car.
Marge's.
Never really... No, that's Homer's. Marge has the Mountain Arrow, or it's called.
Well, he likes pink frosted donuts, right?
Yeah.
So that's probably why.
But, it's just interesting. Like, pink cars, you don't really see those.
It's because they don't make that color, really. They did for the Dodge Challenger, though. The first
Pink
iteration.
Dodge Challenger. I would like a
Pink
powder
Panther.
pink old Bel Air.
Pardon the interruption.
Sorry. So Danielle comes home, as is her right. But you know what was not her right?
It's her right for now.
Yeah. You know what was not her right? The absolute audacity that she came at us with. So we're like, hey Danielle, how are you? She said, oh, Brandon, did you get hit by a bus? So anyway, so Danielle comes home. We're like, hey, hi, how are you? And I'm like, oh, Danielle, would you like to try our mocktail? It's like a fake. It's like, or not fake. It's a rum alternative. She's like, oh, sure. And so she tries to have some of yours, and you're like, oh, no, not mine, because it has alcohol. And she's like, well, maybe I want alcohol. It's like, well, no, that's
You're missing
not
the point.
the thing that we're making. And we're like, oh, we'll make you one. She's like, no. And we're like, okay, well, do you want to just try the spirit? And she's like, I guess. So we pour her like half, 3/4 of a shot. She's like,
2/3.
this is too much.
2/3.
So she makes me pour some out.
Yes.
She takes it. She's like, nah. We give her the other one from last week, the seed lip. Whatever. And she's like, oh, come look. Just completely derails what we're doing.
Yep.
Shows us some video about Taylor Swift wearing a beanie. I don't care.
Okay.
And then we're like, oh, can you make us a beanie in our team's colors?
No.
And then she called us naysayers, which I did not appreciate.
She said that she was going to make the Chiefs one for her and Emily just to piss us off on Sundays.
Emily, you mean Corner Goblin?
Yes, the very same.
Right. Yeah, so they're going to wear their, I almost called him Justin Kelsey. What's his name? Travis Kelsey beanies. Which, fucking, finally the Chiefs aren't like the 1 seed. I'm excited to see someone else in the playoffs.
Yeah, they're not great.
But, I don't know, man. I think it's going to be Ravens 49ers might be an interesting matchup.
Yuck.
But,
maybe one of the ones I'm watching for the commercials.
Yeah. But anyway, I forgot what we were talking about before.
Our
Danielle
rude interruption.
All that crap. But anyway, Danielle's been crocheting.
She has.
She showed me this little stuffed cloud man.
Cloud Sprite.
That shit is so fucking cute, dog.
It is cute. I named him Puff.
Puff?
Puff
the
or
Magic
Poof?
Dragon?
Poof?
Remember that song?
Maybe I named him Poof.
But anyway, my girlfriend, she's getting her tonsils out.
Yikes.
And so she's going to be sidelined for a little while recovering. She's a big baby. So she's like, won't be able to eat solid food right away.
We talk about her ruining the ambiance and then just walking out of that room.
She flips the light on in the adjacent room and then just walks out.
Brother, this is the shit I live with. I'm like, hey, when you leave the room, turn the lights off.
Dude, honestly, change the
Save
locks,
us electricity. Bro. Well, that's why I said she was welcome today, but we'll see.
But so anyway, I got my girlfriend a little crochet kit inspired by Danielle.
Oh, and the gem.
But yeah, and those little
paint by gem.
Yeah, so I got her some of those. Got her I got both of us. It's a book that we're gonna like kind of read together, a little book club. But anyway, she's really excited for the crocheting. Mm-hmm. And then once she kind of learns the things, I'm also gonna buy her one of the little books on how to make like the cute little guys, similar to that, but the little ones.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I want some little poofs. I want some Sprites.
Yeah, those are cool.
I want those things. I want to have one.
Well, she wanted to make like little Grinches and stuff for Christmas gifts.
Oh, that'd be cute. Oh,
but
little ornaments, dude.
She wasn't far enough along at that point because she had just I got it for her birthday in the beginning of December.
Yeah.
Which I gave it to her like 4 days before her birthday because she had 6 days off. I was like, you need this now because you have a break from work and you're going to want to use this. And so she started learning like right away.
Yeah, my girlfriend's really excited to get started. And I was like, you can get started sooner. She's like, oh, no, I'll wait until my tonsil. I'm like, I got you this stuff for Christmas, and it was something you can do while you were sidelined with your tonsil surgery.
You want to get all the basic shit out of the way.
But I'm like, you can start anytime. She's like, nah.
All right.
But no, it'd be cool. Wouldn't it be just cool to have like, this sweater? Handmade.
Well, we were joking.
Oh, this beanie? Oh, yeah, and we're going to fist fight Danielle because she's over there she wants to make the Kansas City Chiefs beanie. We're like, can we get a Buffalo Bills one or a Bears one or a Steelers one? She's like,
Well, I was jokingly, I was like, oh, what are you going to do? Make me pants? For those of you who don't know what crochet is, there's a bunch of holes in it. So basically just be holy pants.
That would be just so funny to like roll up in the club in like some crochet
pants and a hoodie.
Crochet pants and a crochet hoodie.
Do you realize like the hoodie is just as ridiculous because the hood has holes in it too?
You know what though, dude? Like with the hoodie though, like I bet you could probably rock one more as like a fashion thing.
Yeah,
like
because you could wear a shirt underneath.
Make like a nice loose crocheted hoodie. I think would be pretty cool, like slightly oversized.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, like a crocheted onesie, that shit might actually be cozy as shit, dog. You know what I mean? But it may have to be like a coveralls where it's like buttons all the way down, so you can like it's not like a baby onesie. It's like something you can like step into,
and then you could wear like leggings underneath.
Yeah, no, it'd be for like hanging out at home.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes more sense.
You're not going anywhere, but it's like when you're chilling
you're
at home. Yeah. You know what I mean?
She really needs to make both of us like matching Buffalo Bills
onesies.
No, hats.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, no, it would be cool because we're Josh Allen fans in this household.
That's right.
But anyway, man, I don't know. I gotta get some. We were kind of talking about. I should have made this one of my New Year's things, but I gotta get back into like my origami because I think you need to have I think it's good to have a hobby where you make something. I mean, we do this podcast, but I want to like
physically make something.
Well, I want to like have my I want to have my 1,000 paper cranes hanging there, and I'd be like, I folded those.
Right.
You know what I mean? Which 1,000, I gotta start making them.
Mm-hmm.
I have a few hundred, and a lot of them are in Arizona. So, Danielle, what did you think about the Ritual Rum alternative?
I don't know if I have an opinion. I don't think I'd ever choose to drink that, but maybe mixed with something, is it not terrible? I mean, by itself, it was better than a shot of rum because I can't take shots, but I don't know.
Baby. And then the second one you had, the Seed Lip.
It tasted like a flavored water.
Yeah.
But like a strongly flavored water that smelled really good.
See, it smelled good, but I don't think it was a strongly flavored water. I felt it was very weak.
Yeah.
For my taste.
I think she's kind of, I think she's in agreement with me.
Yeah. No, I really like the Ritual Rum. I was very impressed with that. So on its own, it's like pretty good. But in this Dark and Stormy, I'm giving it like an 8.
No. You gave the...
Oh, right. The rum and Coke an 8.
Yeah.
But I think it's just because I really like rum and Coke.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, so that could have been... I'm not saying it's an 8 because of that rum.
Right.
So... Because this was just a Cuba Libre again.
Yeah.
That shit's delicious. What the fuck am I talking about? There's no mystery here. That shit's delicious.
Yeah, non-alcoholic Cuba Libre.
Oh,
slapping,
brother,
slapping cheeks.
Honestly, Brandon, if they sold this like in a can,
oh, dude,
that'd be great.
I'd be drinking them at work.
Yeah, a non-alcoholic Cuba Libre would be a reasonably priced canned cocktail because some of these canned cocktails are too expensive. But like the non-alcoholic Cuba Libre Ritual, if you're listening, get on that shit. I'm over here acting like the rum and Coke is like, have we done this before? Yes.
No shit.
In Thomas,
it's like our second episode or
Gin
something.
and Thomas liberates Cuba plus the third drink.
Is that what it was called?
Yeah, that's back when had like Gin and Thomas shines your shoes. Gin and Thomas drinks a gin and tonic.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I don't believe it. I'm gonna look it up.
Look it up.
Look it up.
Bitch.
Hey, no need to name call.
Danielle, how was work?
Good. I worked 50 hours this week and I'm tired. And I've worked out every day before work.
I need to be doing that.
It is Gin and Thomas liberates Cuba and the third drink.
How could you doubt me?
Yeah, I know it is your podcast. I don't know why I would even doubt you.
And that's back when I listened to it too. No, just kidding. Thought I had another joke there, but I don't.
Nope.
But anyway, Brandon, dry January.
Gross.
It's not as difficult as I thought it would be.
It's not difficult.
But
it's annoying, if anything.
It's just as boring.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. It's like it's kind of weird that it's just like I don't need to drink to have fun, and like I don't, but
then
drinking is great.
Then Friday comes around, and you're like, I guess I'll read a book.
Yeah. You know what though? Underrated. Reading a book with a cocktail.
Hey, let's go.
You know what I mean?
Underrated. Anything with a cocktail.
Yeah.
Don't drive though.
Yeah. Overrated. Drinking with a cocktail.
Driving with a cocktail.
Get pulled over. Officer, it's purely circumstantial. It's a rum alternative.
Or wait, was it?
Yeah.
Did I use the non-alcoholic?
I remember one time at my old job in Scottsdale, I drank a lot of tea, and I was always drinking out of some red Solo cup, and I was driving home, and I got pulled over, and like, what's in that cup? I was like, iced tea, and he's like, out of a red Solo cup. I was like, do you want some?
Do you want to smell it?
Yeah, but he was like, all right.
Smells like tea to me.
Yeah, but he saw me just like throwing it back, and he went and pulled me over because he thought I was drinking and driving. I was like, no, sorry. He's like, okay.
He's like, 5 years ago, I wouldn't have even thought twice because this is Arizona.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's just funny. Like, what if someone's just drinking off the bottle? I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, don't worry, officer. It's alcohol free. But I did get plastered before I got in the car. No, drinking and driving's bad.
This
Don't
is
do
my
it.
third drink.
Yeah. No, this is the second drink. That's right.
Oh, let's count.
Yeah. But damn it, man, I'm so disappointed by those Negronis because I really like the bottle.
Oh, they're dope.
You know what is so cool? Remember the La Gratona?
Mm-hmm.
They sell like La Gratona in these bottles, but they're like 2 shots sized.
Yeah. Oh, so like a mini, but like double mini.
But it's like this. It's like a triangle bottle with this lid.
Okay.
And it's small. And remember how the writing was on the outside of the bottle?
Yeah.
It's like that on the mini one too.
What?
And I don't know if they're selling it in Missouri, but I've seen it on the La Gratona's Instagram. But it's just like, what a cool high class shooter.
Love it.
You know what I mean? We need more of that. We need more. You know what, everybody? Start doing shit for the culture.
For real, though.
You know what I mean? Like, let's have some class.
I cannot wait for our merch.
Yeah. For real. Honestly.
Do it for the culture, Thomas.
Do it for the culture. Let me write that down. Because I'm sick of this. Do it for the plot. Do it for whatever.
I'm writing it down as well. In the podcast sayings.
But the thing is here, like, yeah, those cheap little plastic bottles, but like, I want something real and tactile.
Yeah. No. That's... Dude, heavyweight things that are tactile, get out of here.
Textures.
I love it. Textures, raised lettering.
Yeah. Yeah.
Brother. That's some man shit.
Yeah.
And some cool lady shit.
Yeah. And like the and like just, I don't, I don't have to explain it to you. You know what I mean, Brandon.
On the same page, brother. Oliver, what do you have to say?
He called me a naysayer.
Wow, brother.
But anyway, damn, bro, we need some shit like that. We got to get some cool things.
Well, if this podcast will ever pick up, we can start doing some merch, dude. We get like 100 people listening. Maybe we'll start doing merch.
We actually had a good amount of people listen to something recently, and I was like, really, that one? That's what disappoints me. Sometimes like an episode will kind of pop off. When I say pop off, I mean like 12 listeners. But I'll just be like, that's the one that people are listening to?
Do you want to know what video that is for me right now? fight breaks out while eating
Oh,
a
yeah.
hot pepper, featuring Thomas and Colleen.
I know those
I'm
are
not
so
even in
funny.
that one.
I know. They're like finally a break from this guy.
I think it's the title
Yeah.
and the thumbnail.
Yeah.
It really does it. Go watch that episode.
You're a regular Mr. Beast over there with your titles and thumbnails.
I went off on that one. It was perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Danielle, I kind of wanted to ask you a question. Have you been reading any good books recently? On last week's episode, I mentioned I had just finished Project Hail Mary for like the third or fourth time, and I've been getting a little more into reading this year. Have you been reading anything interesting?
I'm reading 2 books right now, but I'm not very far in either of them. The first one is, what's it called? Lessons in Chemistry. Have you heard of that one?
Yeah, my friend read it, and that was originally a Star Wars fan fiction that was repurposed.
I don't understand how that's a thing, but I have never seen Star
If
Wars,
you like,
so maybe.
if you like read like what, yeah, with Brie Larson.
Or Apple. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like it was like a Rey and Kylo Ren fan fiction originally. So if you like, you can like look it up, and it'll like you can see what the similarities were. And they obviously went and changed names, dates, locations.
Yeah. Interesting. Well, so far it's good. And then I just started that one Sarah J. Maas book.
Oh, I cannot stand that bitch. Throne of Glass.
Yeah.
I like the cover, but
It's good so far. I'm not very far into it though. I'm only like 5 chapters in.
yeah.
Because I haven't had time to read.
Have you read that book Annihilation like I asked you to 6 months ago?
No, I've barely read any books this past year. Not as much as I usually do.
I think you would really like it.
I think so too, but I don't have time.
But you're reading a bunch of garbage.
Barely. I'm like
Sarah J. Maas.
5 chapters
Sarah J.
in.
Maas.
Also, it's actually really good. There's lots of people that say it.
That's what people said about that fucking ACOTAR shit.
Yeah, but you'd only read the first book. That's the worst one out of the series. So
You can't ask me to read a series and the first one be actually bad.
it's the same thing as an episode. Like you watch an episode, the first 2 aren't that good, and you just gotta.
Then I stop watching.
What
the
There's a lot of episodes in a book. If the whole book is bad, the whole series gone. No, thank you.
All right, so anyway.
The book's not bad though. The first one's just the worst. He is just in the minority in this situation.
Anyway, are you going to read any nonfiction anytime soon?
No, I don't read nonfiction. That bores the crap out of me. I literally will fall asleep. Like, I've tried so many times, and I will fall asleep immediately. But speaking of, I have a present for you, kind of.
Oh, good.
So I'll bring it over.
Okay.
Later.
Wait, you read Jeanette McCurdy? That's nonfiction? Yeah. All right.
She has a present for you, apparently.
Yeah. What she said she's going to bring over. Do you mean to my house? Oh, okay.
I'll bring it over then.
Yeah.
She
Live
doesn't
unboxing.
remember, doesn't remember where she put it. So I felt about the bag.
No.
I thought about this the other day. I was like, I forgot to give my dad one of his presents for Christmas. It's still in my closet.
Yeah. Oh, well, I got a package from like Amazon. I'm like, what the hell is this? I was like, oh yeah, this is like another present I got for somebody. It's like sometimes I just order shit and forget it even existed until it shows up at the door.
I was like, oh, I should give that to him. Or do I hold on to it? No, I'm going to give it to him.
When's his birthday?
June.
Oh,
that's right. I forgot about this.
Ooh, the book of unusual knowledge, hardcover.
One of the people that I know with some unusual knowledge in there.
Oh hell yeah, dude! This is the kind of shit I can get behind.
God damn it! I'm gonna have to sit through this on the podcast.
Yeah, I have a couple of books that are similar to this, but nothing this big. So I'm hyped for this. Where'd you get this? Like online?
Online.
Oh, okay. What do you mean, like, you just walked into a store, didn't see what it was? This is cool.
Yeah,
I'm trying not to like dive too deep into it.
If Thomas was a book.
Yeah.
Unusual facts, and then in the back are drink recipes.
Honestly, that's a good idea for a book.
Or like each recipe has an unusual fact about it. This one, unless it's made with this rum.
Yeah. That would actually be really cool.
Otherwise, you can't call it a dark and stormy.
Yeah. Hell yeah. No, I'm going to be reading this shit like you have no idea.
A pusser is actually.
I know one time I was hanging out with like some friends, and I was like, "Oh, did you know that forks were originally made? What you know what I mean? Like Italians actually invented the first chopstick." They'd be like, "Yeah, Tom, do you just have to know things?"
Oh, is this the same vein as the philosophy books you've been reading? Well, according to...
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, so, yeah, that's the other thing. When I'm out with my girlfriend's family, they'll be, like, saying something. I'm like, well, you know Marcus Aurelius always says.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, and so it's like that. They're just like, do you just... It might honestly be her family. I don't remember. But someone was just like, do you just have to know things? And then Danielle was once like, oh, you know, Thomas, you always have something to say about everything. I'm like, what else am I supposed to do? Like, know something and then not share it with the class?
Sometimes.
You know, the teacher was
Read
like...
the room, Thomas.
you know, my teacher used to be like, Thomas, like, you know, if you're going to be talking to Brandon, you better share it with the whole class. Sometimes I'll be leaning over and I'll be like, you know, the reason that we put rubber in our roads is so that it's quiet. The Romans would probably be impressed with us. I don't know, you know, whatever. But Brandon already knew that. Mr. Engineer designing screws or whatever.
Stop.
You know, in Project Hail Mary, there's some cool engineering talk in there.
Ooh.
Yeah, they'll be like, get these... No, they'll be like, get these... build a metal box with these dimensions, quick. Look, I don't know how to describe the engineering without giving away the... Okay. They'll be like, oh my gosh, this spaceship.
All right, that's better.
Fix the fuel lines.
Okay. All right.
It's like that kind of thing.
That sounds more mechanic.
And then the other guy's like, okay. Well, no, they're in space.
Sounds
you
like
need
a
an
horrible...
engineer. No, that book made me cry.
Sounds like a horrible book.
Danielle, I almost called you Abby. You have to read Project Hail Mary.
What do we get for dinner?
It's a sci-fi book. It's fiction. All right, what's for dinner?
You always want Applebee's.
Okay, I'm sorry. So in case people at home didn't hear that, Brandon's like, "Hey, what's for dinner?" And Danielle says she wants Applebee's, which I don't have any problem with Applebee's, but I've never heard anyone being like, "Bro, give me the Applebee." Like, I don't know. Oh, she's got something to say. Let's hear it.
I don't know why, but lately I've just like had like a craving for Applebee's. I get it's their pasta.
Which I really appreciate the gift, by the way. I don't know if I said thank you, but I'm hyped as hell.
It's 4 cheese mac and cheese with honey pepper chicken tenders on top. Like, how could you not?
That actually sounds pretty good.
I keep on going back and forth on if we should order it because it's expensive.
Well, if you were to order it directly from the restaurant, it's 5% back on Discover this month and next month and then the month after that. I don't know if you can get anything by ordering it through Uber Eats or whatever, but...
Published in Illinois.
Yo, let's go.
Morton Grove?
I think I've heard of that, actually.
Nice.
That's wild. It's a cool book.
Yeah, I'm really hyped.
Apparently we're starting our book collection.
You and me?
Well, I mean...
Oh, you and her? Like, whose book?
You're starting a collection, we're starting a collection.
Yeah.
I mean, she already... Clearly, Bookie over here
Well,
is
I also
a
had
collection.
some books, but, you know...
Well, I just can't wait for my little
I've
cocktail book
shelf.
shelf.
I've started my little cocktail book collection.
That's right.
You've got your own going.
That's right.
And I'm glad that early on we're I'm sure there'll be overlap at some point, but I'm glad we're dipping our toes in different areas so far. Yeah. But anyway, thank you, Danielle. I really appreciate it. I have to give you your Prezi. I also got you a book, if I'm being but I just
Perfect.
haven't brought it over.
Speaking of books and aesthetic.
Speaking of books, what's up?
I sent you a picture of free leather chairs.
Oh, yeah. I didn't really know how to respond to it because I don't want to be like, yeah, and then you'd be like, okay, go pick them up, and I'd be like, oh.
No, I would have gone and picked them up if I wanted them, but they're a little used, we'll say.
Yeah.
But it just made me think that we've always been talking about the leather chair.
The
also,
leather
I don't
chair.
have a place to put them right now.
Yeah, I know. Well, I thought that too. I'm like, I don't even have a place for these. But yeah, no, the leather chairs. And that's what my mom's been saying.
Keep an eye out. Just keep an eye out.
Every time we put out a video, she goes, where's the leather chairs and the this and the that?
I sent you an Instagram video of, I guess it was a guy's like man
cave his
with
bar.
all the bottles of booze.
Mm-hmm.
And
anyway, Danielle is like ready. She's practically on the phone with Applebee's. We need to wrap up the show so Brandon is allowed to eat because Danielle is waiting for no special guest.
May I eat, master?
Yeah. So anyway, Brandon, where can they find you?
At Brandon Churchill on YouTube, Brandon_Churchill_95 on Instagram, Brandon Churchill without the U in Churchill on Twitter, and find me in the streets.
All right, and as for me, you can find me on Instagram at CaptCoolKid, that is CAPT Cool Kid, as well as Bad Boy of Botany. You can follow the show on Instagram at Gin and Thomas Podcast. Please follow us. You know, we ask for questions. We put up the drink recipes. OTPs, off the pod drink reviews. And then don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube at Gin and Thomas Pod. Email the show with topics, questions, letters, anything you want at ginandthomaspod@gmail.com. Please rate us 5 stars on your podcast catcher of choice, and find the podcast on your phone in the streets.
Sure.
With Brandon. But anyway, everybody, you know how we close it out here. Don't drink and drive. Don't drink and con a boat. Don't drink and scoot. Do drink and be at home safely.
Yes. But drink with friends.
Yeah, and don't drink alone. It's the show where we share a drink with friends. And if you are drinking alone, you can share a drink with us. Because we're your friends.
We are your friends.
And then Brandon did apologize for all the things he said last week. He just felt bad. But anyway.
His words, not mine.
Yeah. But anyway, everybody, I hope you all have been having a good new year. You know, I'm doing dry January over here. It's a struggle sometimes. Sometimes you want to engage in the party. Sometimes you got to hold strong to your commitments. So continue being your best self and holding yourself accountable. And with that, I want to say, good luck. How do I say it? Good night, good luck, and what is it?
Close
be
this
safe.
Out. Be safe,
Okay,
be kind.
Be safe, be kind, and good night.